What's up, guys? In today's video we're going to be talking about bulking, maybe a little bit of cutting as well, but mostly bulking, because I feel like quite a lot of people at this time of the year are kind of going through one or thinking about doing one. And usually in the past it's something which I would be doing around about now, but I've decided this year not to, for a number of different reasons, and I'm going to share those reasons with you today. You probably may have seen that I have relocated. Obviously the famous white kitchen is no longer there anymore. The famous kitchen, which has been in, I would say, at least 90% of my videos, has been replaced, but I would say we got a nicer one, we got a bigger one. This is the new kitchen, way bigger than the last one, lots of room for activities. I'm not going to give you a full house tour, but since you're going to be seeing a lot of this, I thought I'd just show you now. There's going to be loads of cooking videos and nutrition videos to come. So back to the big question, Mike, why are you not bulking this year? What is going on? Surely this is absolute madness. Don't you want to grow? Don't you want to get bigger? Don't you want to be absolutely massive? So I've been training for around 10 years now. We're probably going into the 11th year. That's a lot of training. It's a lot of consistent training, so I don't really have weeks off or months off. One thing that I've noticed over the past couple of years or so is my body has reached this stage of homeostasis where it likes to just stay around the 94, 95, 96 kilogram mark. That's me just eating when I'm hungry and keeping up with my training. I noticed that when my weight is dropping, it's because there has been some sort of restriction in terms of calories, and then when there's been weight gain, there has been a significant surplus of calories. I'm going to take you back to the last time I bulked, which was round about this time last year. In order for me to actually put on size, I had to be consuming around 3,500, 4,000 calories a day. And that felt like a lot of food. Obviously, it's great to eat a lot of food. It's definitely better than eating less food. But there was a couple of things I noticed. First of all, I just felt like I was always eating. Second of all, I just felt like a little bit more lethargic. I just felt like more heavy than usual. Also, obviously, this is the case with everyone that's bulking. It's a bit of a mind fuck when you see yourself in the mirror. You lose that definition, you lose your abs and everything. And yeah, you're getting bigger, but for me, I have to really assess what it is that I'm actually doing at this point in time and why I'm doing it, okay? I am not a physique competitor. So why is it so crucial for me to have arms half an inch bigger than they are now? Or for my quads to be an inch bigger than they currently are? Like, what benefit is that going to bring me if I'm not going to be competing? Not a huge amount. If there's anything I would want to improve on, it would be areas such as perhaps rear delts, maybe some thickness in my back, definitely my lower lats, shoulders. Shoulders has always been, I feel like it's been a weak point of mine, but I don't know if they just look smaller because my chest is so prominent. Do you know what I mean? If you have a massive chest, it's going to make your shoulders look relatively smaller. So you almost have to have massive shoulders to make everything look well proportioned. So I could technically stop training chest to let them shrink to give the appearance of my shoulders looking bigger. Or I could just give my shoulder training more volume. I do have one big announcement to make. I'm going to be working with a new supplement company, but I can't tell you just yet. You have to wait another week until I announce that one. But they've basically sent me everything. I have sampled everything, and I'm very happy with everything. All of it lies within here, in this cupboard. It's fully stocked up with everything from head to toe, but I'm not gonna show you just yet. So that is to come. So like I said before, I'm not trying to be the biggest I can possibly be. I just want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to be athletic. I want to have a physique which people aspire to have. And when you're absolutely huge, just walking around like you're carrying carpets, in my opinion, I don't think there's many people that actually want to look like that. People just want to look good, attainable, yeah? So that's kind of the physique I want to have. And obviously with what I'm doing, as a influencer, I hate that word, but I guess that's what I do in a way. I want to look my best. I am a walking advertisement for my services and for what I talk about. So the better I look, the better business is. It's as simple as that, okay? So that's my goals. I just want to look good. I want to be aesthetic. I want to be photo shoot ready as well, because I'm doing lots of work with other companies. I've got a big project happening, my own. Can't talk about it yet, but that's going to be coming out next year. So I want to look good for that. So we've got some chicken and rice going down, nothing too extravagant, just cooking what works. Obviously seasoning it to the max to make it taste good. I tell you, when I went through that period of moving apartments, so from my old one to this one, there was a good 4 days where I fully fell off the wagon. You know, when you're a little bit stressed out, you're like, oh, what's going on? Where am I living? Where's all my stuff? There's a mess everywhere. I hadn't done any food shopping. That's probably the worst thing, when you haven't done a food shop and there's no food in and you're surrounded by amazing places to eat, then the temptation to eat out is going to be higher, and then you kind of get used to eating out all the time. So I had to just go on a food shop and just snap out of it. Something I've been doing over the past few years whilst I've been meal prepping, whether I've been traveling, doing cardio, you know, cleaning the apartment, something which doesn't require too much attention, I will listen to an audiobook or a podcast. And it's something which I find is really important for anyone, really. You know, if they want to master their craft and learn more about their industry, or if they want to just learn more about themselves and the human body and the mind, it's definitely worthwhile investing some time into doing that. And one of the apps or companies which have helped me do that is Audible. You may or may not have heard of them, but they've basically taken the majority of books out there and created audio versions of each of them. And I'm the type of person, I can't really sit there and read a book. I really struggle to do that. I don't have the concentration, and I really struggle to find the time to do it. So listening to something whilst I'm on the move or doing something else has been really useful for me. At the moment, I'm listening to a book by David Goggins, who's an ex-Navy SEAL. I heard about him on the Joe Rogan podcast, and he's just released a book literally a few days ago called Can't Hurt Me, and I'd highly recommend you check it out. So as I'm about to cook, I get the app on my phone, hook it up to the Bluetooth, which is hooked up to the speakers, and
I was looking for self-fulfillment. I was looking for it everywhere.
But that's basically just something I've been listening to, you know, literally just a couple of days ago, just to help keep me motivated. Because there are times when I wake up, and it's true with most of you people that, like, motivation does not stay high all the time, okay? It comes and goes. And the days when I really am struggling with motivation, whether it be just to do work, to make a YouTube video, to do cardio, be strict with my nutrition and so on, I need that little, you know, nudge and, you know, kick to stay on the right path. If you go to audible.com/Mike Thurston or text Mike Thurston to 500 you can get 3 months of Audible for $6.95 a month. This deal will get you 3 audio titles free every month, any 1 audiobook, and 2 Audible originals from a changing list. And you can see I've been using this since 2014, so that is a lot of books for you. Obviously, you can download the app as well, which has got a cool in-car mode, which makes it simple for you when you are driving out and about. And you can also speed up the tempo of the commentary if you want to get through it a little bit faster. Since I'm kind of maintaining, obviously I'm not bulking, I'm not really cutting either. Calorie intake is around 3,000, I would say. If I have got like a photo shoot or something coming up where I'm like, okay, I need to look a little bit more diced or lean for this, I just do a little bit of manipulation in terms of calories. So I'll pull, oh my God, that glare on the forehead is horrific. So I'll pull back the calories just a little bit. Could bump up the cardio, but the new gym which I am a member of is a 15-20 minute walk from me, so I'm actually getting in a lot more cardio each day, whereas beforehand when I was in Kingston, my old place, I walked to the gym and it was literally 5 minutes, so it was pretty much 10 minutes of walking a day, whereas now I'm probably doing 40 minutes of walking. So I'm naturally finding that it's easier to remain leaner, which is a good thing. What I wanted to make clear is that obviously I think a lot of people just think it's either cut or bulk, and you can only be doing these 2 things, when in reality there is the middle ground where you're just maintaining and you're enjoying life and you're happy with the way you look. Now obviously a lot of guys out there, you probably don't have 10-11 years of training under your belt, so a lot of you guys are probably on a growth phase, particularly the younger ones. But for a lot of you guys who've been training for a while, or even if you're just the type of person that in order to put size on, you have to be consuming 4,000 calories plus every day, just for the scales to shift a little bit. I've worked with people like this in the past, and it's difficult for them. And, you know, they're killing themselves just to be a little bit bigger. And even though I've suggested, you know, calorie-dense foods and so on, trying to make their life as easy as possible, it's a lot of work. And I say to them, right, okay, let's just be realistic here. You are literally killing yourself trying to be a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger, and it's not working for you. You're not happy. So why not just ignore your weight, look at your physique as it is and try to make that physique the best possible physique you can have given that weight. Okay, so there's little things which they can work on, maybe more volume on weaker muscle groups. You know, I feel like a lot of people always have room for improving technique, just improving their lifestyle a little bit, being a little bit healthier, sleeping a little bit more, just training a little bit more intense. All those things can have positive effects. So here we have the wonderful yet simple concoction of chicken and rice. What I've been doing in the past, which is something I'm a little bit more aware of now, is just the sauces and the salts and the seasonings and stuff which I've been putting into it. It's like, let's take this. It's some sauce from Costa Rica, which someone gave me, which tastes amazing and it's low calorie. And I'm like, oh, this is just so good. This is amazing. And I'm like, hang on. Why does this taste so good? And then you look at the sodium content, 30 mil, 25 calories, and 790 milligrams of sodium. So quite a bit of sodium. It's not that I would track sodium every day, and I don't think you need to go to that point of being that anal with it, but if you're not aware of it, it's probably worth checking out. I definitely notice sometimes when I go out for food, or I've eaten something particularly salty on an evening, I wake up the next day with literally the puffiest face in the world. It's like I've gone to bed and a load of bees have had an orgy on my face. It's absolutely outrageous. Like, and I've got like big bags under my eyes as well. And I used to think, what the hell's going on? Like, I thought I had a good sleep. Why do I look like this? And a lot of it is down to that salty meal which you had the night before. And if you are really sensitive to salt, it can start cropping up just in the middle of the day, a couple of hours after eating a meal. So if you are that person, or you do notice that there's a large degree of puffiness occurring on your face or even your body overall, it could be that you're over consuming salt. So maybe just 1 day, 2 days, just actually track your sodium intake with what you would usually have and see if it's above what the recommended allowance is. Or you never know, you might just be sensitive to it anyway, so you should probably reduce your sodium intake. That being said, I will be a little bit more strict with this salty little bastard. Oh, but it tastes so good though. I should probably ration this out because as far as I know, I can't get this in England. It's literally been brought over by a guy I know from Costa Rica, so make it last. Praise be. So I'm going to wrap this video up. I think I've spoken enough today and told you guys enough about my life. Hopefully you found it interesting. You probably haven't, but anyway, we'll have some more informative videos to come next, and obviously big announcement next week, so stay tuned. See you soon.